Okay, so this is, I think it's the second video in a series of videos showing how to go about the process of mapping a school. So the school we've been using as an example is Lake Worth High School. And what I was doing in the last video was actually working through the spreadsheet that is available in the shop shared Windows networking share in order to identify the location, i.e. the building and classroom number of each access point. So we did that for Lake Worth High. So here we are in Hive Manager in the monitor view, and I just clicked on the AeroHive access points link in the left so that we're only looking at AeroHive access points. Now we're going to go to the filter and we're going to go down to look at Lake Worth High School, which is there. Now we're going to organize the access points at the location by location, or when I say at Lake Worth High School, by the location. And so it's interesting to scroll through once you've done this. So one of the things I've done here, which I hadn't done in the past, was I'm using a 2-digit number for the buildings in order to keep them in very strict numerical order. So instead of 1, I used 01 for building 1. And so we can look at this and we can see that we've got 2 stories in building 1 and probably something like 20 access points. Building 2, which seems to be the cafeteria block, we still seem to have 2 stories there, and we've got probably something like 30 access points. In fact, it looks like it's 3 stories, building 2. Okay, so that's clearly a major building. Building 3, again, we've got 2 stories in building 3. Building 4, just a few access points. Building 4, building 5 again. So 5, 7, 8. They're modest sized buildings, and so we'd be hoping to be able to put those all together. Again, 10 and 13 look like small buildings. Here we're back at 14, which looks like another major class building. Building 18 looks like another fairly large classroom building. Then we got the auditorium, gymnasium, media center. We still have quite a few not found in here, which are a little bit of a problem. And then we have the portables. Those start numbered at in the 100s. And I'm guessing, therefore, that some of the not founds are portable because we seem to be starting way up at 109. So I'm guessing we've got a 101 through 108 that we haven't been able to identify. So that was just, a useful step is to review the building numbers and the numbers of floors and the number of rooms with access points in them. So now what we want to do is we want to go over and look at the map of the location. So if we go over to the folder, which is on the 9231 com server file share or file server, we got the Lake Worth High folder, and we have this file Lake Worth High site plan.pdf, and I've opened that up already. So you're going to need a reasonable PDF viewer. I try not to use the actual Adobe PDF reader. And so your first couple of pages are always like an overview of the whole site. Now, what I want to do is look at the first floor west of this map, just to give you an example of how I might go about the process of splitting a school up into different maps. So when we've got a significantly large building, which is clearly separated, then that's definitely going to be broken out as its own separate, unique building and the floors thereof within Hive Manager. So if we click on here, what we can see is that over on the left, we have a building 2, which on the ground floor includes the cafeteria. And there we also have a building 3, which is kind of almost forming a rectangle with it. And then we see we've got some physical separation between buildings 2 and 3, and then buildings 5 and 6. And then we got 7 and 8. And then over to the right, we've got building 10, which is the gymnasium. So looking at this one and then in the numbers of rooms, my temptation would be to group buildings 2 and 3 together, and then buildings 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 together, and then have the gymnasium uh, and building 9, whatever it is, off, as a separate building group. So we're not actually, in this case of this school, going to be having a unique per building um, branches of the tree. So if we were to go down to the next page, which is showing the second and third floors of the same area, we can see that we have second floors for buildings 2 and 3, which would go, again under buildings 2 and 3. We have second floors for 4 and 6. And we actually also have a third floor for building 2. So what we'd actually see, we'd have a buildings 2 and 3 first floor, buildings 2 and 3 second floor, and then a buildings 2 and 3 third floor, but it actually would only have uh, rooms from building 2. And on the other one, where we'd have buildings 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 first, we'd only have buildings 4 and 6 on the second floor. So that's just to give you an idea of what I would do. And what I would recommend that you do after watching the video is go into High Manager and look at the details of how I've broken out Lake Worth High to get an exact idea. So I'm going to stop this video right now. I'm going to probably stitch it together with another video which shows the process of creating the tree structure for the buildings and floors, and also doing the screen caps that actually pick out just the correct parts of the maps to put under the tree structure as like tree leaves. Okay.